Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A short demonstration about the models of the hyoid and the larynx, along with the muscles of the larynx having their functions and their innervation. So first of all, the muscles of the hyoid bone. So this is the hyoid bone having greater horn, lesser horn, the body, of the hyoid, and these are the muscle attachments of the hyoid. We have got the middle constrictor muscle over here, the middle constrictor muscle, and this muscle represents the hyoglossus muscle. This is the stylohyoid muscle, the geniohyoid muscle, the mylohyoid, the mylohyoid muscle, geniohyoid, mylohyoid, and the sternohyoid muscle. Again, middle constrictor, hyoglossus, stylohyoid, geniohyoid, mylohyoid, sternohyoid.
Again,
This muscle represents the sternothyroid muscle. This is the the thyrohyoid muscle. This is the thyrohyoid, and this muscle over here represents the sternothyroid muscle. Sternothyroid muscle. So the letter की बेवकूफ़ है. सही शो. Sternothyroid muscle. It attaches on the inferior oblique line. Okay. So now we will discuss the muscles of the larynx along with their functions. So first of all, we have the cricothyroid muscle. Yeah, this muscle represents the cricothyroid muscle. It has got two bellies. It has got a straight belly.
superior.
No, straight. Relax. This is the straight part of the cricothyroid, and this is the oblique part of the cricothyroid muscle. And it goes posteriorly to attach over here. This one. See? So the cricothyroid muscle, it has got a straight part, and an oblique part. See, you know? And it actually stretches the thyroid cartilage down to tense the vocal cords in order to change the pitch of sound. See? It stretches the thyroid cartilage on top of so that it makes the vocal cords tense. See? And it is the only muscle, it's a very important point, it is the only muscle that is innervated by the external branch of the superior laryngeal nerve. The external branch of the superior laryngeal nerve, which is again the branch of the vagus nerve. All the other muscles of the larynx, they are innervated by the recurrent branch of the laryngeal nerve. Okay? So we've got the posterior, the next muscle is the posterior cricoarytenoid muscle. This is the posterior cricoarytenoid muscle. It rises from the lamina of the posterior aspect of the cricoid cartilage, and it inserts into the muscular process of the arytenoid cartilage, and it laterally rotates the arytenoid cartilages to increase the opening of the rima glottis. Rima glottis is the opening between the true vocal cords. So the posterior cricoarytenoid muscle, it laterally rotates the arytenoid cartilages to increase the opening of the rima glottis, and it is the only muscle to do this. Again, the innervation is the recurrent branch of the laryngeal nerve. And then we've got the lateral cricothyroid muscle. So this is the lateral, this muscle is the lateral cricothyroid muscle. The lateral cricothyroid muscle, it rises from the cricoid arch, and it inserts into the cricoid arch over there. It rises from the cricoid arch over there, and it inserts into the muscular process of the arytenoid cartilage. This is the arytenoid cartilage. So it has opposite action of the posterior cricoarytenoid muscle. See? And its innervation is the recurrent branch of the laryngeal nerve. This is the lateral cricoarytenoid muscle. Okay. And now we got a very important muscle over here. We got a transverse arytenoid muscle. Yeah, this muscle represents a transverse arytenoid muscle. It rises from the posterolateral surface of one arytenoid muscle, from the posterolateral surface of one arytenoid cartilage, and it goes on to insert into the posterior lateral surface of another arytenoid cartilage. So it goes like this, transverse arytenoid muscle, and its function is adduction of the arytenoid cartilages. The adduction, ADDUCTION, adduction of the arytenoid cartilages. See, this is the oblique arytenoid muscle. This was a transverse arytenoid muscle. This is the oblique arytenoid muscle. It rises from the posterior part of the muscular process. It arises from the posterior part of the muscular process. It arises from the posterior part of the apex of one arytenoid cartilage to insert into the muscular process of another arytenoid cartilage. From the posterior part of the apex of one arytenoid cartilage into the muscular process of another arytenoid cartilage. So this is the oblique arytenoid muscle. See, and now we've got this muscle over here, and this represents.
Of course, this will assist in adduction.
See, and then we've got this muscle over here, the aryepiglottic muscle. Only it's a small portion. The aryepiglottic muscle. It's sometimes considered as a continuation of the oblique arytenoid muscle. Sometimes it is considered as the continuation of the oblique arytenoid muscle, and it helps in the closure of the laryngeal inlet. So contraction of the epiglottis. It contracts the epiglottis in order to close the laryngeal inlet. So this muscle represents the aryepiglottic muscle. And now we've got the thyroarytenoid muscle. So the thyroarytenoid muscle, it rises from the thyroid cartilage over here, and it inserts into the arytenoid cartilage over here. Yeah, this is the. Let me focus it. So this is the thyroarytenoid muscle. Is this? Yeah, this muscle is the thyroarytenoid muscle, and it goes anteriorly to attach over here on the thyroid cartilage. Now the thyroarytenoid muscle has two parts. It is one of them is the thyroarytenoid muscle proper, which lies laterally, and another muscle is the vocalis muscle. The vocalis muscle lies medially. Say over here. So in this region you'll probably find the vocalis, and this is the thyroarytenoid muscle proper. So the thyroarytenoid muscle and the vocalis muscle, both of them help in the you can say the vibration of the vocal cords. The thyroarytenoid muscle, it helps in the quick vibrations, and the vocalis muscle, it helps in gentle vibrations of the vocal cords. So yeah, arytenoid cartilage considered two parts, and again its innervation is the recurrent branch of the laryngeal nerve. So yeah, now a little bit about the blood supply of the larynx. So we've got two basic arteries. We've got the superior laryngeal artery. Of course, it will supply the upper part of the larynx. The superior laryngeal artery, it is the branch of the superior thyroid artery, and the superior thyroid artery in turn, it arises from the external carotid artery. So yeah. Then you've got the inferior laryngeal artery. The inferior laryngeal artery, it arises from the inferior thyroid artery, and inferior thyroid artery is further a branch of the thyrocervical trunk. The thyrocervical trunk. So this was about the muscles of the larynx and the hyoid bone. Thank you.